many other sectors, disruption makes room for efficiency and progress. I fully appreciate the position of the CBN on the possible abuses of cryptocurrencies, but I believe that their position should be the subject of further reflection. And cryptocurrencies in particular will in the coming years challenge traditional banking. There's a role for regulation here, and it is in the place of our monetary authorities and SEC without necessarily killing the goose that might lay the golden eggs.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo says rather than adopt a policy that prohibits cryptocurrency operations in the country, we must act with knowledge and not fear, and develop a robust regulatory regime that is thoughtful and knowledge-based. Osinbajo stated this in a keynote address delivered virtually at a one-day economic summit organized by the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Bankers Committee, and the Vanguard newspaper, themed Bankers Initiative for Economic Growth. He says, I fully appreciate the strong position of the CBN, Securities and Exchange Commission, and some of the anti-corruption agencies on the possible abuses of cryptocurrencies and their other well-articulated concerns. But I believe that their position should be subject of further reflection. There's a role of regulation here, and it is in the place of both our monetary authorities and SEC to provide a robust regulatory regime that addresses these serious concerns without killing the goose that might lay the golden eggs. So it should be thoughtful and knowledge-based regulation, not prohibition. The point I am making is that some of the exciting developments we see, the call for prudence and care in adopting them, but we must act with knowledge and not fear, while emphasizing the need for monetary authorities to rethink their stand on cryptocurrencies. Osinbajo said there is no question that blockchain technology generally and cryptocurrencies in particular will in the coming years challenge traditional banking, including reserve central banking, in ways that we cannot yet imagine. So we need to be prepared for that seismic shift, and it may come sooner than later. In his words, he said already remittance systems are being challenged. Blockchain technology will provide far cheaper options for the kind of fees being paid today for cross-border transfers. I am sure you are all aware of the challenge that the traditional SWIFT system is facing from new systems like Ripple, which is based on the blockchain distributed ledger technology with its own crypto tokens. There are, of course, a whole range of digital assets spawned daily from blockchain technology, decentralized finance, using smart contracts to create financial instruments in place of central financial intermediaries such as banks or brokerages, are set to challenge traditional finance. The likes of Nexo Finance offer instant loans using cryptocurrency as collateral. Some reserve banks are investing, issuing their own digital currencies. The Vice President emphasized that in order to engender sustained economic growth, we must think in terms of scale. I am quite concerned when I hear that national interventions are classified as pilots involving sometimes no more than 1,000 people. Given the size of our population, we cannot afford the luxury of pilot projects. We should design our interventions very carefully and then go big. It was quite puzzling to me when people said that our plan to build 300,000 houses under the ESP was too ambitious a target. After all, this just amounts to 400 houses per local government, yet many of our local governments are larger than some African countries who would not consider building 400 houses in 1 year as too onerous a task. The task of national development requires that we fire all our cylinders. After all, at one stage, China was building 1.9 million housing units per year over a number of years. Osinbajo noted that the Buhari administration has a track record of building roads, rail and power projects across the country. In spite of this commitment, we are still very far away from meeting the full infrastructural development of the economy. Okay, so the vice president is like these days he's been speaking. I don't know why he's speaking. You know that barrister, is he SAN Bangboshe, is a lawyer too. He said one time that Osinbajo has been banned from speaking to the press unless if he's being given permission by the Kaaba. We don't know whether that is the reason why he's speaking. But the question one would want to ask, why is it that before taking this, we know that they always tell us that the CBN is an independent institution, which invariably that is not the way it is when it comes to practical. They are not really independent at all. If before Emefiele, the CBN governor, would have gone ahead to do what he needed to do, he would have consulted the president. So where was the vice president then? There's no doubt that this man is very intelligent. There's no doubt that this man is very competent. There's no doubt that, everything you will need in a leader, he has everything. He's more than qualified to hold a position in this country, and he will do it fine. But you know that a lot of bottlenecks, and we know the games they have been playing, trying not to make him talk. Even if they come out and begin to tell us otherwise, definitely we know that that is not the true situation of things, because definitely they will always look for something to justify not making him to be more visible for people to see. In their first tenure, you could see that he was all over the place. Everybody was talking about him, and he was able to expose Buhari's incompetence. There's no doubt about that. So even as we speak, a lot of things are going on that the government continues to embarrass itself, embarrassing the president as well. So if really they have a genuine agenda, all these things that we are experiencing, we wouldn't have been experiencing them. Now the vice president is talking, he's making a point, and yes, he was supposed to have made that point not even at that particular place. It's unfortunate. Whether they are trying to change some things or to save face, it's a different ball game entirely. So in my opinion, they all don't know what they are talking about, or they know what they are doing, and it's just a matter of you're just trying to put people in abject poverty. All of the things that they're talking about, at the end of the day, was talking about how Buhari plans to do this. No. There's no synergy. Something is wrong somewhere. If the central, if you know better, you would have. And I'm sure what you are saying, they themselves, they are aware. But it goes beyond the reason they are giving as to why they are banning all this cryptocurrency and what have you. A lot of things are going on wrong in this country, and they are not ready to make amends. So guys, let's hear your opinion concerning the suggestion of a vice president, Yemi Osinbajo.